Hello and welcome to day 4 of Advent of Code. Today the elves are ready to get on their way on their journey, but before they do, they want to make sure that all the beach is left clean. So they have someone in charge of cleaning the camp. So your data input is gonna be a set of sectors that the elves have to clean. And each sector is being cleaned by 2 elves. The first elf is gonna clean from sector 2 to 4, and the second elf will gonna clean sector 6 to 8. So that means sector 6, 7, and 8. And another group of elves is gonna do the same, and so on. And they realize that they're not very efficient, so they want to find out how many elves are cleaning the sectors of the other elves. So like we have here, and we have the sector 6-6, which means that one elf is cleaning sector 6 and the second elf is cleaning sector 4, 5, and 6. So one elf's job is completely encapsulated in the other's elf job. The same we can see it here with 2-8. It's completely being done, is doing also the job of 3-7. So this is what we have to find out. So first things first, let's get our input in an iterable form. So these are our elf groups. It's gonna be small input dot split by new line. Then we're gonna, for each elf group, we're gonna have our sectors. So the first thing we want to do is group, break our sectors into 2, so we know which one is which. So we can go like, let's break all sectors dot split, and we're gonna split by the comma. So now we're gonna have an array of the first part and the second array of the second part. So the first sectors is gonna be basically all sectors of 0, and second section is gonna be all sectors of 1. So now we have this already. What we want to do is create our exact sectors that we want to have. So we don't want just 2 and 4, we want to have 2, 3, and 4. If we have 3 to 7, we want 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So for the first part, we may not need this. You can calculate which part encapsulates the other by looking at the first and last values and comparing who is bigger. But for sure, in the second part, you're gonna need the middle elements of the array. So let's get started with that. So for again, let's split the first section is 0, and let's split it by this line here, so we have it exactly. And now we have the exact numbers. So let's do from e equals the first part, so it's parse int of first section of 0. So this is gonna get number 2, and we want our array to start at 2. We want it to be less and equal to the last part. So first section %, of course, we want it to be a number. First section of 1, and what we're gonna do is gonna create a variable where we keep this. So first section areas, and we're gonna push into it the value of y. So we're gonna do this exactly the same for the second. Instead of the first section, we're gonna do the second one. Areas. And here we're gonna declare it the second section areas. So now we have the numbers and we just want to calculate the pairs of elves that these occurs to. So we're gonna start with declaring a variable of pairs that starts at 0. And if one section encapsulates the other, we're gonna increment the pairs by 1. So to get the result, we're just gonna declare a variable result A, and we're gonna do for every section of the first one, if the second area includes the section. I'm not gonna need this. So every is gonna check if this is there, and then we're gonna do this again for B in reverse. We don't have to do it like this. We can check if A is true, then check B. So we don't have to do both of them sequentially. So second, and we get the first action. So, but for this exercise, let's do it like this. So if result A or result B, we're gonna increment the pairs. And at the end, we just want to console log the pairs. So in our small input, this happens twice. Let's go and see. So we're doing day 4. We have one error in the 4. Too many brackets. Too few brackets. I'm missing E++ and close the bracket. Here. And now we're gonna run the code. 2. And in the second section, what they realized is that they don't want to find out the whole rows are encapsulated. Well, they just want to see if they overlap just a little bit. So that means we don't need to use every, we can just use some. So all we have to do is change from every to some, and we can get the pairs. They're expecting 4 pairs to be, and this is it. Pretty simple, but this is not at all optimized. So some and every are using, in worst case scenario, ON. So we already have here ON. We're using too many for loops. So ideally in the first section, we can just use the first values and don't create the array at all. And in the second section, check for if the first one already happened, break out of the loop. So that's it for today. I have the extra videos that are in the description. Feel free to check it out, and see you for day number 5.